Shoot it. We rolling? You bet. Here we go. What's cracking, everybody? So I went out and bought an old Millennium tree stand here. It's the M150 Monster Hang-On. I actually have another one of these in a tree right now, and I'm going to tell you right now, the name should be literally called Lazy Boy Hang-On Tree Stand. You can literally fall asleep in this thing. For bow hunting and rifle hunting, they actually make a shooting rail that you can attach to here, which is pretty cool if you're going to be rifle hunting or muzzleloader hunting out of it. But it's got the kickstand right here. I call it a kickstand, but technically it's a footrest. You can literally lounge in this thing, kick back, and relax. Tasty waves, cool buzz. This thing is really well built, solid. It's really not too heavy, pretty lightweight. So we're going to bust this thing open and start putting it together here. So we're gonna start busting into this. All right, we're gonna bust into this old Lazy Boy here and start putting it together for you. The price on this thing, I forget what it retails for, but it's like 300 and something bucks. I mean, it's kind of on the higher end of a hang-on, but it's worth every penny. All right, so this is what it's gonna look like once you get the box open here. Got a kitty crawling in there. Comes with a safety harness here. To be truthful, in my opinion, I never use a safety harness that comes with these tree stand. They're kind of just hard to put on, in my opinion. So I'd go out and buy a really nice one that's easy to put on and not confusing with these guys. I always save them, give them to people, or toss them. You know what I mean? But so we'll get that out of the way here, and then the next thing we got here right up top, that's the lifeline. If you're going to be tree stand hunting, I know a lot of people don't want to be connected to the tree the whole way, but I hunt with this older guy, and he always uses lifelines to tell you the truth. I feel a lot safer knowing that I'm hooked to that tree from the ground all the way up if I do take a fall. Set that aside there. Alright, so now you're going to need some cutters here because everything's zip tied in here. Got that one cut. So these are the instructions here. So kind of making this video so that way you can watch my video and go through the instructions at the same time, so it's a little bit easier to visualize everything. Coming out first, this is obviously the chair part of it, as you can see. Then the next piece we got coming out here is, I'll explain this piece in a minute, but this is the bracket and the ratchet strap that goes around the tree that this tree stand will hook into. This is why this tree stand is so awesome. It's very easy to move, but I'll open this here in a minute and explain it a little more here shortly. Set that to the side. So this is a package right here. It comes with your ratchet strap to secure the bottom of the tree stand to the tree, which I'll explain too, and then this comes with all your hardware, nuts, bolts, washers, all that good stuff. So we'll bust that open here too in a minute. So this piece right here is going to be the back side that goes to the tree, and your seat's going to go in here, which I'll show you here in a minute, but that way you can just visualize, and this is where your platform is going to be, down here on this side, just so you can visualize it a little bit. So I'll set that to the side. And then this next piece right here, that's going to go on the platform on the back side. That's going to go to the tree, so that way you can make adjustments from the tree. Other than that, it's a pretty easy tree stand to put together once you do one. But we're going to pull the base out here, and this is another reason why I like this tree stand. You don't have to go buy a carrying strap for it because it literally comes with a carrying strap already. It's really pretty light tree stand. It's all aluminum, all welded for the most part. So this right here is your bracket that's going to go against the tree, so that way you can adjust the tree stand. It's just going to go in here just like this. Wiggle it in there. You got this little thing you're going to pull here. You're just going to put it in there. It's going to snap into place. So that's to adjust the tree stand away from the tree, which is very handy. There's probably like 6 or 7 adjustments there, I believe. Maybe a little less. I'm just going to kind of give you the gist of how this is going to go together, so that way you can visualize it. So this is your back post here. That's going to go against the tree. That's going to fit in there just like that. Your chair is going to come up inside the tube here, just like that. And the seat's adjustable, which is really nice on this tree stand. So we're going to open these bag of bolts here. Get going on this. There's a little bit in here. That's your ratchet strap for the bottom of the tree stand connected to the tree. We'll pull that to the side for now, because this is what we need to do here. Open this up. So in this package, you're going to have 2 long bolts. One of the long bolts is going to be for the bottom of the tree stand, and one of the long bolts right here, as you can see, is going to be for the seat of the tree stand. Those are what the 2 long ones are for. So we're going to set those to the side here. And then in here too, you're gonna have this pin. So I'm gonna set that aside. A washer on the inside and a washer on the outside of everything that you do here for the most part. That's how it's gonna be. And then you're gonna have your lock washer on the outside here, your lock nut, I should say. But when you're putting this thing together, washer on the inside, washer on the outside, because that way it helps it open and close and swivel on there. So that's what we're gonna do here. So I'm gonna show you the other tools that we're gonna need here. And that's gonna be, to make this go easy, get yourself electric impact drill, and then get yourself a 1/2" bit. Just your regular bolt driver here. That's gonna make this go a lot quicker, because if you're doing this all by hand, it's gonna take you a long time. It can be done, but it's gonna take you a while. So we're gonna start kind of throwing this thing together here, building it little by little. And then you're gonna need also grab a pair of pliers, or if you want to grab a 1/2" wrench on the back to hold your bolt there. This is going to be the side that goes to the tree right here. This kind of aluminum piece that's not painted, just so you know. It's going to go in the grooves just like that. And it's going to be a pain, but you're going to grab one of your long bolts here. You're going to grab, and some of these washers are different, so you want to find the bigger washers here that fits with these bolts. There's going to be, should be 8 of them that you'll need. So I'll separate those real quick and get them all over here so that way they're separated. So make sure we have 8 of them. You can see by just looking at them, they're a lot bigger than the other ones. So we have 8 of the bigger ones and a couple of smaller ones here. We'll get them here separated so that way we know. I believe 6 of the smaller washers there, as you can see. So the bigger ones for the big bolts, obviously. But we're gonna start putting this thing together. You can put this bolt in whatever way you want to. It doesn't matter, as long as you get the washers on both sides. So we got our washer on there, on the bolt. We're gonna put it through the hole here, but just get the tip on the other side. You're gonna put your other washer on the bolt, and then you're gonna put it through this main piece of the tree stand here, as you can see, is what I got right there. So we're gonna have a washer on the outside and a washer on the inside. Then we're gonna push that bolt through to the other side, and we're gonna do the same exact thing. You see it poking out the side there, that tip? So we're gonna grab another washer, and we're gonna try it. This is the part that's kind of a pain here, because you kind of gotta hold it there and feed that bolt through at the same time, which is kind of a pain. We got it through, and you can see we got a washer, washer, and washer. Washer on both sides. Now we got to finish this one off with another washer, so that way you can fold this stand up easily. Then we got a lock nut right here. So we're going to put that on. We're not going to get it tight yet, we're just going to get it started. This thing rotates. That's why you want to use washers on both sides, so that way you can fold this thing up and carry it. Now since I got this through there, I'm going to tighten it up so that way it can kind of sit there for me. So I'm going to take my drill here, put it on that side, and then I'm going to take my pair of pliers here, hold that bolt, I'm going to crank it down. You're going to get it nice and tight. There we go. So it's tight, it's not moving on me, but when I push it, it's going to move. This is exactly what you want. You don't want to get it too tight where it's hard to push. I mean, so you have this tube right here. This is where you're going to be able to make all your adjustments for your seat height there. See them holes? Higher it and lower it. See these holes right here? This is another way you can make adjustments with your seat. And it's got this peg on this back side of this bracket here. So you can put your seat all the way down like that. Which obviously that does not look right, as you can tell from the tree stand. That would not be comfortable. That's looking pretty pretty spot on. I'm gonna move it up one more, and that's gonna be the last hole you can go up. Just see what it looks like. That looks about perfect. And then you can raise this up too a little bit. But to tell you the truth, that's gonna be about perfect for me for my legs and everything like that. So it is adjustable, which is nice. Alright, so you can see here on the seat, you have a bracket that's up against this right here. We found our position for our seat height. I think I'm actually going to be happy with that. So we're going to bolt this down first right here. What we have left right here, we have one big bolt. So what we have left here is we have our big bolt, which we're going to save for this part right here, so we don't need that right now. Then we have a little bit of a smaller bolt, which that's going to go right in that hole up here for the top of the seat, so we don't need that right now. So what we need are these 2 little bolts, the smallest bolts that come with this whole setup here. So we're gonna need that, and we're gonna need 4 washers. So this is how we're gonna do this. This part's a little bit of a pain because it's very hard on this back side to get it started here, but all you're gonna do with this little black piece right here, it looks exactly like the green piece. You're just gonna put it on there just like that. and then you're going to put your bolt through. Obviously, I got to put a washer on. Put your bolt through just like that. Come on. Go in here. Nope, I got to go get a different bit here. This is probably the hardest part of this whole putting this tree stand together, I would say. Washer. Get that started. Alright, we got that side started, so we're going to grab another washer. Put it on the back side here. And then our lock nut. We're going to get that started. So I'm going to go grab another bit real quick and I'll be right back. That's what it is, 7/16. So I lied to you, I forgot about this last time. You're going to need a 7/16 bolt bit, or whatever the heck they call these things, for this one right here. Alright, here we go. Got that one started, as tight as we need to get it. You don't need to get anything too tight, and then we're going to try to get this one started here. That made it a lot easier. Might as well try to get our washer on there. Now we're going to get our bolt. Alright, we're on it. Here we go. That started on there good, so I'm going to grab that bolt on the back side here. Just tighten it down. Here we go. About as snug as you wanted to get. That is not going to go anywhere there. And that's the adjustments you make for your seat. Now the next part we're going to is going to be up here to make the adjustments for our top side of our seat, which all we got left is one bolt and the big bolt. So you're going to need the same thing, 2 washers, and then your bolt here, which is really easy. You see these holes that are up here? I'm just going to raise it up one more, just like that. That way it stretches that seat out. Pop it through the other side, just like that. Grab your lock washer, not your lock washer, just grab your wash here, put another one on the back side. Grab your nut, and same thing with this 7/16. Just get it going on here. And you're going to grab your wrench here, hold the back side, tighten her down. So for the most part, the seat's all taken care of. In my eyes, this is the most important part of the whole step, because this is what's going to keep you from falling out of the tree. Most tree stands, I always go on the outside just like this. You're going to go up under the seat. So it's going to sit just like that, up under the seat. So same thing, we're going to grab our big bolt here. We're going to throw a washer on it. I already messed up. Washer on the inside, so that way this thing can fold up and down for you. Just like that. And if you want to come over and see I have a washer on both sides, so that way that moves. So we're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to throw a washer on, and we're going to throw this on just like that. Another washer. The last piece of the hardware here. So we're going to switch out our bit here, throw in the 1/2 inch again, and you want to get this one tight. So I'm going to hold this right here just like that. Go on this other side here. That's all there is to it. This tree stand is basically now ready to go up in the tree. Super easy tree stand to put together, but it's very important you don't miss any steps. Like you could see, I messed up, so just pay attention, double check you're putting everything together right, and you're gonna have a really good tree stand that's gonna last you a very long time. This thing is well built. These seats here, this fabric material, I don't know if anyone else has any experience with it, but I have a tree stand. It's a muddy. It's actually been in a tree for 6 years, and this material still has not worn out. Most tree, I mean, that's pretty dang good. I mean, look at the platform on this thing. Dance around this thing if you want to. That's a good thing about this tree stand, is it's great for archery hunting, because you can lower this seat up. You see a deer coming, put that bungee on just like that, grab your bow, and literally you feel so comfortable and secure. I mean, I've hunted out of tree stands that have had smaller platforms. Truthfully, for me, I feel very uncomfortable, and that's how accidents happen. You want to be confident in what you're doing. Once you start getting uncomfortable and scared of things, that's usually when an accident happens, in my opinion. But you got to pay to play. All right, so we got our Millenium M150 Lazy Boy tree stand on the back here on the shoulder straps. As you can see, it's very comfortable to carry. You can attach your sticks to it too. We're gonna find a tree over here somewhere, so that way we can show you what it looks like when it's hanging up here. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys just how cool and easy it is to set up this tree stand. It's not necessarily a hang and hunt type of tree stand. It's gonna be loud putting it up because you do have ratchet straps, so it's a good idea to set it up somewhere where you can, make it kind of a permanent tree stand, but it's very easy to set up. So I'm gonna show you real quick how to do it here. Obviously, I'm just gonna do it at ground level. I'm not getting my climbing sticks on or anything like that, but You got 2 ratchet straps that comes with here. You got the one right here with the bracket. That's the main one you're gonna worry about first. So we're gonna pull that one out here first. That's what it's gonna look like there. There's the bracket. Obviously it says top, so you want that up to the top, obviously there. But it's got this little spot that unscrews right here. It's threaded and it unscrews. You're gonna get that unscrewed. You want that just like that. Another way you can do it too is take it off and put it in your pocket. Keep it in your hand. It's got a pretty big strap on it, so you can put it around a pretty big tree. You're gonna wrap this around just like this. You got your lineman's rope on, you're up in a tree leaning back. You're gonna put that back in the bracket there. Get it through the strap. Just like that, you're through. You're gonna screw it in. That way this thing is secured. So you're secured there. Now all you're gonna do is tighten up this ratchet strap. This is where it's kind of not a hanging hunt, because if you're getting in close to deer hunting somewhere, you might spook some deer with this ratchet strap. But you're gonna get this thing tight to the tree. I mean, you can get this thing super tight. So we got that done. So now if you're up in your tree, you got your lineman's rope on, all that good stuff. You can have your rope tied to your tree stand. Let's say you're pulling it up the tree. You get it up there. It came with this little silver little clip here. Keep that in your pocket close, because say you're pulling up your tree stand here. You're in the tree. You're getting ready to hang your tree stand here. You remember that backside here I told you about, that silver aluminum piece? That's gonna go right in that slot. And this is the cool part. You're just gonna drop it in. There's a hole down the bottom. You put that in, this tree stand's locked in. So now what you do is you're gonna fold it down. As you can see, it's leaning forward a little bit. I don't want that. So what I'm gonna do is make the adjustment here. I'm gonna push it out. That made my tree stand level, but I'm gonna try to push it out just a little more. Maybe one more click. This tree stand is literally so solid to the tree once you get it going, it's ridiculous. All you're gonna do with this guy now is, you see this loop right here? All you do is you put that around that loop just like that. You take your other around the tree, and you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna put it around that one. We're gonna tighten it down here. I love these ratchet straps. I mean, this thing gets snugged up to the tree. Might just have to move it around a little bit so it gets on the tree the way you want it. Now I don't have my sticks on me, so I'm gonna have to jump. Hopefully I don't tear my pants. Look how big this platform is. You literally have so much room. Hopefully this video helps you out putting it together, and